Good morning, and welcome to another episode of I Still Don't Know What This Podcast is called. So that's super fun. I'm Sarah-Louise Steinhardt, and I'm here to chat some positivity into your world. I wanted to touch on something maybe a little bit more spiritual and what people might call woo-woo energy. So if you don't already know, because you either don't know me or you have been following me or you just don't care, I am a spiritual medium, which means I see dead people and I hear them. So that's fun during the day. It's less fun in the middle of the night. Anyway, moving on from that. What being a spiritual medium means is I can connect to the universe on a level beyond physicality. So looking in a room, I can see energy, I see auras, I see spirits, I hear words, I see projections. Not really a whole lot that you can hide from a spiritual medium if she's tuned in and paying attention to you. Keep in mind that if I'm not interested in you and I don't care, I'm not going to be barging into your energy. That's poor spiritual hygiene and bad spiritual practice. I've done readings for myself, my friends, my family, people, strangers. I've done paid readings, I've done free readings. Anyway, something that a lot of people ask mediums across the board is, what do I do to get X? So what do I do to have a healthy relationship? What do I do to have lots of money? What do I do to have lots of happiness? How do I manifest? How do I do all these things? And without diving into each individual person, I can give you a broad umbrella spectrum of what the answer is to every single one of those questions, and it's always the same. When mediums connect, we will come into your own energy, your guides, your circumstances, and focus on that, which is fine. But you don't need to go and get spiritual guidance to be able to see and hear what's actually going on in the universe and what's going on around you, energetically speaking. So my positive topic for this morning is microsignaling. And it is the universe's way of communicating with everyone and everything. And it's our way of communicating with the universe as well. Now, in business and professional stances, this is possibly called virtue signaling. I don't really care what you call it. Words are a man-made construct. The universe doesn't actually respond to words. It responds to the energy behind those words. So you could say, "Ooh, chicken salad," and those words could be energetically charged with $4 million. Words are words. Get out of your head in regards to physically naming things the correct thing. Now, microsignaling. So, when the universe is trying to test you. Is that the right word? Yes. When the universe is trying to when the universe is trying to test your manifestations, right? So I'm going to use something here that is very, very common, and it's, how do I get more money in my life? How do I manifest more money? Everybody wants to know, how do I manifest more money? How do I manifest financial freedom? This isn't about being rich. This is about being free. Now, again, money is a man-made construct. The universe doesn't care about the physicality of a dollar. The universe cares about the energy that's behind that dollar. All right, so I want you to remember that. The physicality of money is not the point of the conversation here. So let's just say you're doing money manifestation rituals, right? So you're blowing cinnamon through your front door every morning. You're placing a $50 note under your front door. You've activated your money corner, which I will make an episode on because so many people ask me these questions. I will get there, I promise. Maybe you're listening to 888 frequencies. Maybe you're doing all of these things to try and shift your energy and lift your vibration into a space of financial freedom, right? The universe is going to test that. So something that we don't realize and see is, again, that the universe doesn't put value behind the physical object, it's the energy behind the object. So I'm going to throw one of my friends under the bus here. And if you ever listen to this podcast, yes, I'm talking about exactly what you did. Still love you. Hopefully if you listen to this, you change your behavior. So we're working on manifesting money, right? We're doing the daily, weekly, monthly rituals. We're trying to shift our energy. We're doing all of that sort of stuff. And you sit down on a train seat and next to you is a 5-cent piece, right? Now, most of us go, oh, that's just 5 cents, and shoo it away. But what I'm going to ask you is, if that was $100, would you shoo it away? Because if you would shoo away 5 cents, the universe is going to assume that you would shoo away $100. Because the micro signal that the universe is giving you is, okay, you manifested more money. You didn't specify how much money you wanted to manifest, and you wanted it to come to you freely and easily. Here is a free and easy 5-cent piece right next to you. That's free money, that's easy money, and that's money that you have manifested. And if you do not pick up that 5-cent piece and put it in your wallet and show gratitude and thanks to the universe that your manifestation came true, or your manifestation came through, I should say, why would the universe give you more money? Because it won't. Because it won't. Because if you are sitting in the vibration of where you would shoo away any money at all, whether it be 5 cents, $5, $100, the universe is going to go, okay, right, so that's not what you actually want. So you don't want money sitting next to you on the sea. So you don't want money coming to you freely and easily. And that fundamentally interrupts the flow of money coming to you. Now, if you were to pick that 5-cent piece up and put it in your wallet and show gratitude, thank you for hearing me. Thank you for showing me that money can come into my life unexpectedly and freely and effortlessly. The universe is going to go, right, okay, that's it. That's what they're manifesting. That's what she wants. And more's going to come your way. So never, ever, 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 ever turn down a micro signal, whether it's the tiniest thing or fundamentally larger, right? So when we listen to podcasts about manifesting and successful people manifesting things, one of the big recommendations is, just as an example, you want a car, right? So there's a car that you want, and you're working really hard, and you listen to a podcast and they tell you to go and buy the car. Now, that is a brilliant way to micro signal in return to the universe, but you have to take it one step further. And I've never actually heard any of the coaching bros explain this next step ever, actually. I'm sure some do. I'm absolutely sure some do, but I've never stumbled across a podcast where they've said this next step. So you go to the car yard, you put down your driver's license, you grab the key, you get in the car, you're driving down the road. That is a brilliant first step. But what you are missing, or what a lot of people are missing, is showing gratitude to the universe for the opportunity to do something like that. Because sitting in the energy of gratitude has the universe going, right, it's not the physicality of the car, it's not the car. It's got nothing to do with the car. It's got to do with your energy and what you are projecting while you're doing something. So you need to sit in the car and you need to feel into the energy of the car, and you need to show gratitude and thanks that you are in a position where you can be driving that car. And that's the step that everyone's missing. That's the micro signal to the universe that we're missing. Another return micro signal that you can give to the universe is keeping a solid size note in your wallet, right? So the reason being for that is if you always want free access to money, you need to give yourself free access to money. And I personally have a $100 note in my wallet. It was a gift on our wedding day. Prior to that, I had a $50 note in my wallet because that was what I had left. Like the $50 note was what I had left over. So I had the $50 note in my wallet. Before that, it was a $20 note. Before that, it was a $5 note. And before that, it was $1 and $2 coins because I haven't always had the capacity to spare $100 to just have it in my wallet, right? But I could spare $1. You can spare 5 cents. Putting money in your wallet so that you always have access to money, regardless of the amount, is a micro signal to the universe. And being grateful for having access to that money. So let's just say the banking world went down for 24 hours, right? I would have access to that money no matter what. And it's showing gratitude and thanks for that energy. That is the micro signal. I can go to the coffee shop and pay $5 even if their FPOS machine is down. I can go to the markets and pull out $20 if they don't have FPOS there. I always have access to money physically as well as energetically, because money in the bank is energetical. It's not physical. It's a number. It's energetical. But money, having actual physical access to money and showing gratitude for that every time you open your wallet. Oh, thank you for giving me access to this $100 today. Thank you for giving me access to this $50 today. Thank you for giving me access to this $20 today. Thank you for giving me access to this opportunity. Because that's a micro signal to the universe that is the energy that you want to sit in, and that's what's going to come back to you. So those are really important steps that are not discussed loudly enough when it comes to manifesting. Now, the last little topic that I want to talk about is probably going to be slightly more controversial and sound a little bit like the opposite of what I just said. So I just want you to bear with me until I get through it. And hopefully, if you're paying attention, this makes sense. So there is the energy of sitting in a car, right? And test driving a car. Because test driving a car doesn't necessarily mean that you have been provided the opportunity to buy the car. You've been provided the opportunity to sit in the car. So that's fundamentally different to what I'm about to speak to now. So if you are going somewhere to buy something that you want, and the thing that you want is opportunity based. Let's revert this from buying and let's turn this into doing. Okay, so if you were trying to manifest something in your life, you're trying to do something or you're trying to get something and it's opportunity based. And you put yourself in a place where you are offered this opportunity. Let's go with, what is a really practical way to explain this, Sarah? Okay, let's just say you go to an expo and you're going to the expo and you want to work for a specific company. And you go to the expo and you start talking to the people who are there, and you know, because you're researching and you're investigating and you're looking into becoming a part of that specific company, or the industry, right? So you're going somewhere to suss it out and, you know, figure out how to get into it, how to get there. And you're not emotionally ready, or you have a underlying fundamental belief that you're not ready to take the universe up on an opportunity right now. And if you put yourself in a setting where, let's just say you walk up to the desk of your dream company that you want to work for and you say, hey, look, I'm looking to get into the industry. I just wanted to get some information. I wanted to get to know, you know, what's it like working at the company, blah, 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 blah. And you are given an opportunity for a job interview, or you're given an opportunity to take a job, and you say no because you don't think you're ready, that's an immediate signal to the universe that you don't actually want to take them up on that opportunity. And this goes for so many things, and it's a really big manifestation blocker, because you are trying to source something, trying to get something, trying to get somewhere, and you've been asking, I want an opportunity, I want an opportunity, I want an opportunity, and you're presented one on a silver platter, and you say no. That's bad juju. That's bad juju, guys. You can't say no to an opportunity while trying to actively manifest. Now, there's responsibility versus irresponsibility, right? So you are going somewhere where you want to change your life. You want to find an opportunity to change your life, but let's just say you're looking to relocate, and you fly somewhere. Let's say, you're looking to relocate from Sydney to Melbourne, and you go to Melbourne and you go to an expo, or you walk into somewhere and you're trying to find a job, and you feel like it's not the right time to accept that opportunity. My suggestion to you in regards to manifesting is either A, don't go yet. If you are not ready to say yes, don't go yet. You need to become a yes girl, yes man, yes woman, yes they. I don't care what the second part of that is, but you need to start learning to say yes to opportunities that you are trying to manifest when they present themselves. And if you're walking into a place before you fundamentally believe that you're ready, and the universe presents you with something because the universe knows that you are actually ready, and you say no, they're not going to bring that opportunity back to you. And so many people have come to me and said, I had the opportunity to do this and I didn't take it, and it is my biggest regret because I have not been offered the opportunity again because you said no. Now, you've got to do this logically, right? Because you don't want to be walking into a car yard wanting to buy $100,000 car, and you can't afford a $100,000 car, or it's financially irresponsible for you to buy that car. And then they're like, oh, hey, like, we've got one right here. Do you want to take it? Like, that obviously is an opportunity for you to take something that you want. And a lot of people get confused and buy into FOMO, so fear of missing out. And this is the balance, right? You don't want to buy into FOMO, but you don't want to be saying no to opportunities as they present themselves. So you can reframe this. You can reframe your words, your mindset, and how you put this out into the universe. And you can either say this out loud or quietly, because sometimes if you're looking to get into like a hyper corporate company or something like that, woo is not quite the right energy that you want to be projecting onto complete stranger people before you know anything about them. But if you don't feel ready to take an opportunity that the universe has presented you, something that you can say that is more effective than, just saying, oh no, like now's not the right time, or oh no, I'm not quite ready yet, I'm just in research phase, blah, 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 blah. You need to showcase fundamental gratitude for the fact that you got offered whatever it is that you wanted. So something that you could say is, buy into that excitement, that little like butterfly feeling that you get inside, and go, oh my God, like that is, like the perfect role, the perfect opportunity, the perfect car. That's exactly what I want. It's not responsible for me to take up on that opportunity this very second until I do some more preparation, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Can I reach out when I'm ready? What do you suggest in regards to, let's say it's the job, right? Can I reach out when I'm ready? Can I reach out when I've relocated? Is there an opportunity to defer the offer 3 months or something along those lines, right? So you're not fundamentally saying no, you're reframing it into, okay, I'm not physically ready and it's irresponsible for me to accept this offer at the moment. However, it is exactly what I want and I would love for this to come back to me. Now, I do this a lot in tarot, where if a card comes out and it's not making sense, thank you for the card, thank you for the message. It's not quite aligning to what I'm asking and it's not making sense to me right now. Can you bring this card back out in a more appropriate order for my understanding of what this card means? And then I put it back in the card, reshuffle, and quite often it comes out, with another card, or like 9 times out of 10 that card does come back out again, because that is the message, but it needs to come back in a way that I'm ready to hear and understand. So I'm not saying, oh, I don't like that card, I'm putting it back, because it's an opportunity to receive a message that I'm denying, but I'm going, I don't quite understand this, I'm not quite ready to hear this. Can you bring this opportunity back around at a more appropriate time where I might understand more effectively? And that's where I want you to change your mindset around saying yes versus saying no, and micro signaling, because you want to make sure that we're aligned in our manifestations and we're aligned in our actions, so that we can take advantage of this micro signaling that the universe is giving, and so that we can project the micro signalings of the things that we actually fundamentally want, without being irresponsible and without buying into FOMO and without buying into that human urge to go, oh, I really want that and I don't want to miss out. Because at the end of the day, if you do this right, what is meant for you will never pass you by. And if it is meant for you, it will come back. I promise you, if it is meant for you and you do this the right way, it absolutely will come back. The universe will go, okay, yep, that's exactly what she wants, but it's not quite the right time to do it yet. So what do we need to change in the back end? So what do we need to change in your life to get you to be in the right position? Can you take the job remotely for a period of time? Can you travel? Can you commute for a period of time? Can you make your life a little bit uncomfortable for a short while to take on what it is that you want within reason? With the car, for example, okay, so the car's $100,000. I don't have enough money yet. I need to save another 10,000. I don't want to be financially irresponsible. Thank you, universe, for the opportunity to purchase this car. It is exactly what I want. It's not financially responsible for me to take this up right now. However, if I was to have another $10,000 cash, it would be. Because that's taking it from being a no to being, there it is. There's a gap. There's a gap. The universe needs to fill the gap. I need another $10,000, right? Don't buy into FOMO and don't overexert yourself and don't make the wrong decisions out of fear. Trust that if it is right and you do this the right way and you send the right signals and accept the right signals, it will not pass you by. But just make sure that we're not turning away micro opportunities like the 5 cents. Because if you're turning away the 5 cents, you're not going to get the bigger money. And if you are walking into a place and presented with an opportunity that's exactly what you want and you're saying no, it's not going to come back around. So I hope that this has created a little bit of a positive vibe and made the bigger goals feel more attainable and achievable to you today. I do want to talk more about this kind of stuff and learn, share how I create positivity in my own world on a day-to-day basis, in a world that is chaotic and there's horrible things happening left, right, and center. You can only control what you can control. You can only control your life. And this is one way that you can take small little things every single day and make them have a big impact on your overall happiness and your overall success and all of those bits and pieces. So thanks for listening to another episode of We Don't Know What This Is Called Yet. I will be back with something else to chit chat about. Bye.